What is up, everyone? You're very welcome to this Anfield Agenda news update. Look, basically, I'm going to talk about what's going to happen over the next week, what we can expect, and whether the games are going to go ahead. As always, I would love to know your thoughts on the entire situation in the comment section. Do drop a like in the video for me, and of course, hit that subscribe button. Also, we are closing in on 150,000 subscribers. As you can see, top corner there, every one of your subscriptions does mean the world to us. Right, look, what's happening in the world of English football and what can we expect this week? As we know, Premier League games, League One games, Championship games, all fixtures right throughout the British football calendar have been postponed this weekend as a mark of respect for the passing of Queen Elizabeth. What we don't know, however, is what happens midweek and what happens next weekend. Now, there have been some things doing the round today to say that Liverpool and Ajax have been in conversation, obviously, since Friday. And as things stand, it looks like they are preparing for the Champions League games to go ahead. Makes sense, be fair, because there's a lot of fixtures that need to be rearranged. And, you know, with the Champions League, you're talking about more than just British clubs that are in this competition. And again, with the fixture congestion with the World Cup, it's very difficult to look and figure out a way that you can cram all these fixtures back in. So whilst I fully understand the reasoning they're being postponed this weekend, you do have to wonder, will we have a similar situation next weekend? Now, one thing that has been mentioned as a possibility is, to the best of my knowledge, I believe the Queen's funeral is about to take place on the 19th of September, which is a Monday. I believe that will also be a bank holiday in the UK. So there's one train of thought that thinks that maybe London-based teams might be unable to play their home games next weekend. There's again been some talks about whether this will see some fixtures reversed and teams playing away from London. Obviously, London will have to become a very secure policed area for the weekend before the Queen's funeral and stuff like that. And this is an evolving situation, and one that, you know, nobody has really faced before. So there has been a plan put in place for this scenario in years gone past. I believe it's called Operation London Bridge or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would be expecting the Champions League games to go ahead midweek. Obviously, Liverpool are due to play at home to Ajax, which is an important game for a number of reasons. You know, Liverpool looking to get off to winning ways in the Champions League after that 4-1 mauling over in Naples, a performance that will live with many of us for many years, but for the wrong reasons. And it would be great to see Liverpool get back to winning ways and put in a performance. From what I have read, and there's many trains of thought as to why, you know, football didn't go ahead this weekend, where some other sports, as an example, didn't go ahead on Friday, but did today. I think cricket, rugby league and golf, if I'm not mistaken, maybe some others, went ahead with fixtures today. And there's a train of thought that thinks that maybe football didn't go ahead because there may be some booing or some stuff that maybe will reflect badly on football. I don't know. But we do know the fixtures were cancelled. So midweek, I'm expecting the games to go ahead, if I'm being honest with you, but I've no absolute guarantee that they will. So with that in mind, I'm nervous about it because Liverpool need to get back to winning ways quickly, and Liverpool need to start playing a lot better than we have. And I'm genuinely starting to get concerned at this point that there's something going on behind the scenes that we aren't aware of, nor should we be aware of it. Let me say that, because these things should be kept privately, but some things the club can't keep under wraps. Like, for instance, Naby Keita being called up to the Guinea national team. If he's unfit and unavailable for Liverpool, how was he able to be called up for Guinea? Now, this has happened before, I think maybe with Mane or Salah or a few other players who've been injured for Liverpool, but their country has still called them up. Sometimes it's for something as simple to basically just let the national FA have a look at the player to, you know, assess the injury themselves, and sometimes the players get sent back to the clubs. We don't know, but what we do know is it leaves us with some unanswered questions. Again, like with other players, there are two trains of thought on this. There are people who believe that that Naby Keita has been treated badly by Liverpool, and that, you know, if he sees James Milner or players playing ahead of him when he's fit, he's asking why isn't he getting picked? And then there's the other train of thought from a lot of Liverpool fans have been, well, the guy's been unavailable or coasting through a good part of his Liverpool career. Then you had those leaks, of course, ahead of the United game, saying that it was a huge game for him and that he wanted to be in contention and all this stuff. And, you know, I don't mean to use a phrase that other people are using, but the phrase he's been saccoed has been mentioned by a lot. And look, I don't know whether that's true or not, but where I am with it right now is I don't think Naby Keita has earned or deserves a new contract at Liverpool Football Club. How Jurgen Klopp manages the situation, the player, that's Jurgen Klopp and the club's business. But for me, as a fan, I'd rather see him depart in January or at the end of the season than see the club committing to a new 4 or 5 year deal for a player that I don't think has earned it. That being said, I am frustrated that Jurgen Klopp is playing a little bit favourites here. You know, I know we have limited options at right back, but Trent needs to book up his ideas, and I don't think he should start, if I'm being honest with you, against Ajax. But then again, who will? You know, if you play him or you don't play Trent, you play Gomez, who was equally poor. I don't know. You can't put Milner at right back either, really, because he was poor. The three players that I would probably use in that right back position are all players that I feel deserve to be dropped for this game. So do you put Costas across? There's been some talk of maybe Liverpool moving to a back three. We've never really seen Jurgen Klopp go down that avenue. But what I would like to see myself is a flat back four with two holding midfield players who play in a double pivot, Thiago and Fabinho in that role. And then I'd like to see somebody given a bit of a free role to play in the space behind the front three. Whether that is Harvey Elliott, whether that's... well, it won't be Fabio Carvalho because he's injured, or whether that's Bobby Firmino. Time remains to be seen. But I think with the personnel that we have now, that's probably the best that Jurgen Klopp can set them up. I would like to see us again just concentrate more on trying to keep a clean sheet and building from that base, rather than having marauding attacking fullbacks like we have done in the past. And teams know how to set up against us and counter us, and it's happened on many occasions. So something has to happen, and we need to start stopping the leaking of conceding goals, because, you know, you can always pinch a goal, win a game 1-0, but you need to make sure that you start from a solid base. And we need some defensive leaders. Van Dijk needs to step up. I presume and hope Matip will be back in. I think we look a bit more composed when Matip's on the pitch. So for me, look, people will probably say, look, you want to drop Trent, you want to drop Milner, you want to drop Gomez. Gomez, I feel, is a bit harsh, by the way, because he's had a bad game. But other than that, I thought he played well recently. But he was terrible against Napoli. And people say, well, hang on, you're also saying Salah's not great. Why play him? I think Salah is Salah. Salah will come good, and I will critique Mohamed Salah's performances, but a lack of effort is not something that I would label at Mohamed Salah. Whereas Trent, there was no effort against Napoli. Salah, I feel like, is at least working, trying to make stuff happen, and I think if we can get him closer to Darwin and get that relationship a bit better, maybe we'll get some joy. So look, I just wanted to come on with a little quick update. As and when we get more news about the Champions League fixtures and stuff like that, of course, I'll bring it to you. Probably going to record a preview as well tomorrow ahead of that Ajax game, letting you know my preferred 11, score predictions, all that kind of stuff as well. So look, as always, I hope you're having a lovely weekend. We'll bring you updated with the news as and when we get it. But I appreciate your time as always. Sorry this wasn't a more productive video, but I just kind of wanted to touch base and, yeah, let people know where we stand as things sit. Thank you for your time as always. Have a cracking weekend. Drop a like on the video, and I will chat to you soon. Bye-bye.